This is news that is disturbing to many, and it's also giving rise to some conspiracy theories. John Hinckley, who you may or may not be familiar with, John Hinckley tried to assassinate President Ronald Reagan in 1981. He's being released from his stay at a government psychiatric hospital. A federal judge made the ruling saying that Hinckley no longer poses a danger to himself or others. He is being allowed to live in Williamsburg, Virginia, but he has some restrictions. Number one, no contact with Jodie Foster or any members of Ronald Reagan's or James S. Brady's families or those of his other victims. Number two, no proximity to current presidents, vice presidents, members of Congress, or other senior members of an administration. And number three, no social media accounts without the unanimous consent of the treatment team. He has to live with his mother for the first year of freedom that he will have, and will be carrying a cell phone that tracks his movement. Now, Lewis, interestingly, and this is where the conspiracy theories are being fed, the agreement is not that he will stay away from presidential candidates. And I got a bunch of emails from people saying, David, don't you see what's going on? This guy's being released to kill, insert Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. More people saying Trump than Hillary Clinton. Don't you think, though, that if the government wanted one of the two candidates assassinated, or if somebody did, they would use a less obvious perpetrator than someone who has already been caught trying to kill a president? Doesn't really make sense to me.
It doesn't, unless there's no instruction or there's no plan. They just release this person and think, well, you know what? We kind of want Trump dead, so we're just going to release this guy and maybe he'll do it on his own. But there are laws against, already laws in place against killing these presidential candidates. You can't get close to them anyway. Maybe they just didn't feel it was necessary.
He also is barred from speaking to or contacting news media, which would actually be kind of interesting to hear from this guy and see what he thinks. His assassination attempt back in March of '81, if you are confused by me mentioning actress Jodie Foster, he had this obsession with Jodie Foster and specifically her character in the movie Taxi Driver as a child prostitute. And he apparently identified with the main character named Robert De Niro, who is a troubled man that in the movie plans to murder the president. And Hinckley did manage to wound Ronald Reagan as well as his press secretary, James Brady, a Washington police officer and a Secret Service agent. Brady eventually died from his injuries. Incredible. And a lot of people, this story on a lot of people's radar, emailing me with various types of concerns about it. Are you worried about this?
I am not worried about this. And I'm not going to say this is probably a bad idea to release this guy. That being said, no, I'm not worried about it. What else can I say?
Yeah, I'm not worried about him getting close to another president or presidential candidate. I am curious as to what on earth this guy is going to do with his life. Ultimately found not guilty by reason of insanity and, as I mentioned, held in a psychiatric ward. We will see. We may not see. I mean, we may hear nothing else. He's not allowed to talk to the media, as I mentioned.